Do you know what your budgie is really trying to say the moment it suddenly bites you? Not later, not after you pull your hand away, right in that exact second. Because for you, it feels random, unexpected, even a little painful. But for your budgie, it's not random at all. It's communication. Budgies don't bite without a reason. They don't wake up one day and decide to be aggressive. In fact, most budgies are incredibly gentle, curious, social, deeply connected to their environment. So when a bite happens, it's not the beginning of a problem. It's the result of something that started earlier, something small that most owners miss. And the truth is, your budgie probably tried to tell you before it ever used its beak.
Think about the moment right before the bite. You moved your hand closer, maybe a little too fast. Or maybe you reached in, expecting a friendly step up. But your budgie wasn't ready. Its body already knew that. You might not have noticed it, but it was there. A slight shift, a tiny lean back, feathers tightening just a little. That was the first message. Not loud, not dramatic, but clear in their language. Not right now. And when that message isn't heard, they try again. Stronger this time. Because birds don't use words. They use space, energy, and eventually, their beak. So the bite you felt wasn't sudden. It was the last signal, after the quiet ones were ignored. Here's something most people don't realize. A budgie doesn't bite to hurt you. It bites to create distance, to protect a boundary, to say, I need space. And the moment you understand that, everything changes. Because instead of reacting with frustration, you start responding with awareness. You begin to see the pattern, the moments before the bite, the situations that trigger it. And suddenly, it stops feeling personal. Your budgie isn't being mean. It's being honest in the only way it knows how. And that honesty is actually a form of trust. Because a bird that feels completely unsafe won't bite. It will panic. It will fly, hide, freeze. But a bird that bites is still engaging with you, still communicating, still trying. So what should you do in that moment? Not after, not later, right when it happens. Pause. Don't pull away aggressively. Don't react with anger. Just stop. Let your hand relax. Let your energy soften. Because your budgie is reading more than your movement. It's reading your state. If you react quickly, you create more tension. And tension teaches them that the situation was dangerous. But if you stay calm, you show them something different. That there is no threat. That they are safe. And over time, they begin to trust that feeling. Not because you forced them, but because you respected them. And this is where everything begins to shift. Your budgie starts to change. Not overnight, but gradually. They hesitate less. They move closer. They stay longer. Because now, they feel understood. You're no longer just a hand reaching toward them. You're someone who listens, someone who notices, someone who responds instead of reacting. And that kind of presence builds something deeper than training ever could. It builds trust, real trust, the kind that doesn't come from control, but but from connection. So the next time your budgie bites you, don't just ask, why did it do that? Ask something different. What did I miss right before it happened? Because in that answer, you won't just stop the biting. You'll start understanding your bird in a way most people never do. And once that happens, everything becomes easier, calmer, stronger, more connected. Not because your budgie changed, but because you finally heard what it was trying to say all along.